What's up, Judy?
Hey! Hello!
How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Let me read your intro and then I'll bring you on, okay?
Yeah.
Yay! All right. Judy became powerfully inspired by Tony Robbins and Wayne Dyer at the age of 18, beginning her lifelong passion for personal development. She created her own planning system soon after and continued to perfect it over the years as she created more and more experiences and successes for herself. Initially highly motivated by her financial success, in her early years as an entrepreneur, she experienced some health challenges which set her on a new path to creating mind, body, and spirit balance in her life. She's the creator of Productivity Goddess. Ooh, I love that. And the productivity planner titled Life Purpose Playbook. Ooh, I love play. She now spends her days working with women to help them to ignite the next phase in their life through her soul speaking holistic productivity techniques. Holistic productivity techniques. We're going to have a lot of fun. Judy, are you ready?
I am so ready, and I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. I absolutely love what you're doing. I love your energy. I love your mission. I'm so excited to be part of that, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Well, we're having a lot of fun. The speakers today have been rocking it, and you're going to rock it too. I know it. We've had incredible aligned conversations already, and this is just the beginning. So before we get to the productivity side of things, and maybe you have some lessons in your story and where you got to, how you got to today, share a little bit more about that process and how it made you the person you are today, the type of principles that you learned along the journey so our audience can connect with you.
Oh, okay, great. Well, my story, I guess, really starts when I was around 18. That's when I was introduced to Tony Robbins. I was working for The Body Shop, a skin and hair care company, and my manager gave me a copy of Tony's, back then it was his 30-day program, and it was cassettes. That's how long ago it was. And I thought I had died and gone to heaven. It was my first real experience with personal development. And Tony, as you know, is just like larger than life. So yeah. I literally like woke up. It was like, before that I was so shy, so incredibly anxious, major anxiety, couldn't make eye contact with people. And all of a sudden, he just helped me to believe in myself. And thankfully, too, at the same time, I was also introduced to Wayne Dyer's work. Wow. So at the same time, I had this beautiful sort of spiritual, all these lessons and awakenings that started to happen throughout the years. And because of Tony, I got really excited about goal setting when I was 18. So, 20 years ago when I was 18, got so excited about goals and time management. And I created this system where I literally every single week would write out my goals and actually work towards them, plan them into my schedule the next week. So I became very, very, very entrepreneurial because of Tony, and also lots of goal setting, and had different entrepreneurial experiences over the years. But the last one was about 7 years with two other partners. The three of us, we purchased a failing candle business here in Ontario in Canada, and we took it, turned it around. Within 2 years, we were a multi-million-dollar business. It was insane. We were selling like ridiculous amounts of candles to people like, Walmart, Target, Loblaws, all private label. It was just this crazy ride. And it was about 7 years in when I realized, I really want to do something more. I really want to serve in a different way. And I want to just share. I love coaching. I was already doing some coaching. And I really wanted to share and serve in a bigger way and create a bigger impact. And that's when I realized I have this time management system that I've been using for 20 years, every single day and every Sunday. And so I decided to publish it. And so I published the Life Purpose Playbook just last year and a half ago. I'm so excited. Yes. I love it. I use it every day. Before that, I was buying journals or using someone else's and just kind of trying to make it work for me. So I'm so grateful for that. And then I also created this year Productivity Goddess. And what that is it's a platform in supporting females in taking inspired mad love action on their dreams. And we're going to talk a bit more about what does that mean, inspired mad love. Yes. But that's really sort of where I came from, this world of Tony waking me up and realizing that we all have a gift to share. going through all these experiences in life, like we all are going through, which are all good, right? They're experiences, so we can share with others. And then realizing that I really want to share more of my experiences to help those who are going through those same things. And that's where we're at today.
So
Here with you.
why is that important for you to share these experiences? I'm curious what philosophy you develop, because some people might go through life and they think it's all about them, and it's all about making the money, it's all about me being happy, me. But you developed at some point that, hey, how can I serve others and give back to others, and that's what's really going to fulfill me and make me happy.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is that was me. I was that crazy, like, entrepreneurial, money-driven, success-driven, crazy, successful woman who, it was all about what's the next sale, when is the next sale, where's the next client, how much money we're making this year. And it was in that process that I had a bit of a health challenge, and I'll talk about it later. And it made me realize that it's not about success. It's not about money. At the end of the day, it's not about that. It's about how happy are you today? And I completely shifted my life. I shifted my lifestyle. That's where I came up with this whole holistic productivity, because the old Judy was all about, this crazy hustle, energy, go, 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 no sleep. And the new Judy is all about mind, body, spirit, and loving what you do, and being productive in an inspiring way. So for me, I really, I didn't have, when I was going through all those experiences, I didn't really have somebody to help me through all the different experiences in my life. And if I can just, my vision, I've already started creating some online courses, but my vision is to really take all of those experiences, those really incredible, impactful experiences that created a massive shift in my consciousness, and share those experiences so that others who are going through them can have somebody who can share it authentically with them and help them through that journey.
Wow. So you felt what it was like to be alone, and you saw the results that it produced in your life, which was not what you were committed to. And you said, okay, well, how can I create an empowering environment of people and ideas and make sure that I'm winning? And then that started translating into you helping other people do the same thing.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
And and that's what I think a lot of people are realizing is, it's not about discovering something and being excited and let's all build this, that's exciting too. But the people who go through experiences and have achieved something, and it doesn't have to be financial success. The old Judy would say, well, how much money did you make? How can you be teaching me this? And now it's, well, what if it's an experience? What if it's a health challenge? What is it that you have overcome, something that at one point was making you very sad and unhappy, and now you've realized that there was a gift in it.
Wow, that's awesome. So you said that you experienced some health challenges, which gave you a new perspective as well. Did you want to share about those?
Yes. There were actually two that I wanted to share. The first one was when I was in my early 20s. I was working for the Body Shop, the skin and hair care company. And back then, it was crazy busy during Christmas time, because they were really the only natural skin and hair care company. So I was managing the store, and I was insane, like completely insane. I was sleeping in the stock room, managing the store over Christmas, huge lineups outside the store. Like there was no balance whatsoever. And I just really wanted to prove that I could do this, and I was excited. And during the Christmas break, I ended up going to the hospital. I was very, very sick. We didn't know what was wrong. And it turns out that I had a thyroid condition. So at the time, the doctor just said, oh, you have this issue. It's a thyroid condition. No big deal. You can take this pill the rest of your life. It's all good. So I never took it seriously, never even looked into it until literally this past year. Because my symptoms just started to get crazier, and I realized how much this thyroid condition is affected by females, especially 1 in 3 females. And how if you don't really take it seriously and watch certain root causes, what you're eating, that your symptoms can really escalate. And that's what was happening to me. So I made a big shift in my nutrition and my lifestyle this year because of that, mostly my nutrition. But the second health challenge I really wanted to talk about, and I love to share it, especially with females, is soon after I got married to Rick, my awesome husband, we decided we wanted to start a family. And so we started trying right away, and it wasn't happening. So we, after about a year, I had a miscarriage. We actually got pregnant. I was so excited. We were over the moon excited. Then I had a miscarriage. And then we tried again for another year. And then a year later, we went and we had IVF, which is in vitro fertility. And that process was crazy. I mean, it was just putting needles on your stomach every day for so many days. It was just draining. Such an emotional process. And at the end of it, I don't want to use the word failed, but it didn't work. And so I went through this major depression for a while I've had everything I ever wanted in my life. I was able to get, I knew how to focus on it. But why wasn't this happening? And that took me on this incredible journey. And thankfully, I also had a really spiritual friend who said to me, you know what, Judy, have you ever thought that maybe in this lifetime, you chose not to be a mom, that you instead chose to nurture and mother, an enormous amount of people in the world, whatever that message is that you already have right now or that you're going to have, that you're going to be nurturing in that way instead. And that really, really resonated with me. And I realized, wow, that helped me realize that everything in life, there are things in life that we consider bad, when in fact, I think they're really just experiences. I went through this whole big journey of everything is really just an experience. There is no good, there is no bad. It's all good. It's just my life is so beautiful now. If and when that should happen, where I have a family, that would be fantastic. But if it doesn't happen, it's just as beautiful.
It's when we're attached to how life should look is when we get disappointed and hurt and sad, and that's where
exactly that looking at society, and it's you get married, you have kids, and you buy a house, you have kids, and then you just keep moving on this cycle, and so you just sort of go and you move forward, but really sometimes you have to stop and think, really, what is my purpose? And sometimes it takes an experience like that to really shake you, and not just help with that whole allowing me to feel so incredibly happy and grateful today, but also to realize ongoing all these different challenges that come up in my life and in my clients' lives, to help them really see maybe the deeper meaning in all of it, the gifts that may come from that.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. So you rediscovered your purpose, it sounds like. You thought life was supposed to go some way, create a family, and you're still open to that possibility. That possibility is totally still available, and heck yes, bring it on, right? And right now it's like let's nurture some people. Let's nurture some souls and make an impact on many, many lives.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I think part of that spiritual journey helped me realize that, this is just one of so many lifetimes. So, I've had children in so many other lifetimes, other purposes and other things that I was doing. And this is just a different choice in this lifetime, and a different purpose, a different experience. And so I can't there's I guess towards the end, I'll recommend one of my favorite books that really helped me in realizing and sort of opening up a new consciousness that is, I think, would really help anyone listening to this as well.
Awesome. Remind me about that.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So let's start diving into this whole realm of productivity, because you're helping clients with it. You created a planner for it. You created a physical product. Let's talk about that. Like, what was that process like of creating this product? Was it super challenging? Was it pretty easy because you're like, I know what I want and boom, let's do it? Or what was that like?
Well, it's interesting because I already had a system that I was doing, but I was typically either using someone else's book, or I'd buy just a blank journal, and every 3 months we'll buy a new one and use it. So to create it, I already knew sort of the key elements of the system. But in creating it, I added a couple of extra things, which were really interesting. I sort of feel like it all just came to me as I was putting this out. One of them, so it took me about 11 months from beginning to end, from the moment I said I'm going to create and design this book and publish it. 11 months took me that process. And it was really simple. What I did, the first thing I did, which was great advice by Wayne Dyer actually, was that when you're writing a book, just create the cover. Find a cover for it, create the cover, put the name on it, even if it's just a little title, it's not your real name, you're not really sure what the name of the book's going to be, just put something on it and put your name at the bottom and have it there the whole time so that it's real. And that was so inspiring. And then I just wrote literally what are my themes, what are the daily page, the exercises I want at the front, because I have this exercise to create a mission statement for your life, how to identify your values, how to figure out how to get clear on your purpose, how to celebrate. You've got all these balloons on this one page, celebrate successes in your life, however big or small they are. So I started to envision them. And then I partnered with this beautiful designer who actually, she was in my candle business with me. She was designing all the candles and all the labels, and I brought her in to do my book. And that was the game changer, was having a designer who also had that sort of spiritual, element to her. And she helped me. I really wanted to include sacred geometry throughout, so you could be doodling or coloring. And it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. I'm so grateful. The process was so much fun. We had fun doing it together. And I just love it.
Wow. So for people who are out there creating their own stuff, their own physical products, their own courses, their own like creation, is there any guidance you can give them in terms of like trusting the process, or what kind of a mindset that you brought to the table that had it be so much fun and had you win big with it?
Yeah, I think, again, going back to Wayne Dyer's, his idea of having the end result in front of you. So similar for, let's say you're doing an online course. For the book, it's, find something. I found the cover of my book, which is, let me see if y'all get it here. It's got this gorgeous mandala. I found this, immediately loved it, and that was the cover of my book. I found it actually on thinkstock.com, which has like a gazillion beautiful royalty-free images, and wrote my name.
Wait, what's it called?
Thinkstock.com.
Cool.
Yeah, gorgeous. Like a million. I typed up, sacred geometry, and there must have been about 10,000 images.
Wow.
So like literally go through. And when I saw this, I was like, this is it. I love it. And then, however, if you're doing online courses, so many people are sharing their gifts through online courses, right? Again, taking Wayne Dyer's suggestion and getting in one of those computer screens on your phone, like going on Google and just typing up computer screen, and putting in the image, again, creating an image for your course before you even create it.
Wow.
So do that, put it on the computer screen, and have that somewhere. So again, there's your finished course. It's right there. It's going to motivate you every day. It's part of, we all know that the law of attraction is all about visualizing the end result and being in that end result. So I'm so grateful for Wayne Dyer for sharing that, because it's not just visualization. That is so key and so important to have those emotions when you're visualizing. But why not take it one step further and have this in front of you? So every time you're working, you're looking over there and going, oh, that's my course. It's done.
Yes.
There's the name. There's everything.
Feels so good.
so good. Versus it being kind of like, I'm not even sure what it's going to look like. Yeah. It's so exciting.
Wow. That's awesome. Awesome. I love it. And we're getting some comments, a lot of comments, actually. We got Sandy Duke Estrella. Yeah, I believe she's related to you.
Yeah, sister-in-law.
Thank you so much for sharing such a personal story with us, Judy. Lots of love. And then we have Anik, who said, you are such a beyond extraordinary person, Judy. I do believe you have a big, big, big mission here in this lifetime, and it may require everything you've got, and the universe may want you to focus all your energy on that big purpose of yours. And then Sandy says, your life purpose playbook has helped me to set my goals and break it down to daily habits. Thank you so much. It's so much more than a daily planner.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Oh man,
so beautiful.
That's beautiful. It is. You have a fan club. You have a fan club, Judy.
Oh. I'm like, wow, that's so beautiful.
Yes. So I got that, visualizing at the end, creating something as an end result, a representation of the end result, and putting energy into that, putting energy, our intention that it's already finished, that feeling, that accomplishment. It's like the aliveness that we experience when we've already achieved that is so important. And I love that you focus on that. And then with the book, I love how you said, the playbook, you said it's use sacred geometry throughout it. So literally you designed it with energy. You created it with energy. You put in your intention from the beginning. And when people hold it, I believe that they feel that energy that you put into it when you were creating it. You wanted it to feel a certain way. And whenever people pick it up, whenever people look at it, when they're about to buy it, they feel like, wow, this feels a certain way, and it feels special. It feels empowering. It feels alive. It feels just magical, you know?
Yes, that's what it feels to me, and I believe it. It's so beautiful.
Yes.
It really has, because it's all about writing, right? Today, everyone's typing or on their phone, but we know that magic happens when you write something down. You know, since I've published that book, it's just a 6-month planner. Wow. So what happens every 6 months, you move to the next, you do it all over again. You have your vision board at the front all over again, your goals. And I go back to my other 3 planners. And I look at, you know, my vision board, how it's changed over the time. I look at my goals. I look at my handwriting. I carry that everywhere I go, and it's got my handwriting in it. It's a journal too. It really just makes me feel so good. Wow. And that's actually one of the 3 things I wanted to share with you guys today.
Let's go.
One of them, okay. I'm so excited about this too. And you're all about accountability, which I love. You're just totally speaking my language. But one of the things is we're going to talk about one single technique, I've got it written down here, to keep you happy every day while you work towards that bigger goal. So how do you stay happy when you're working on this huge vision and maybe things around you aren't anywhere near that vision? How do you stay happy? So one single technique to help you to stay happy there. 3 techniques to use every day to avoid distraction and overwhelm.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Huge. Most people are suffering from that. And one thing you can do every week, at least once, that will keep you motivated and feeling like you're on fire every other day of the week. Yeah.
Yes. Let's go. Let's go
with the first one.
Yes.
Yeah. So one single technique to keep you happy every day while you're working towards that bigger goal. So this is really interesting. This is a concept I heard, I forget where, I've heard it a few times, and it's called blissipline. Not discipline, but blissipline. Blissipline. And the idea is to keep yourself in a place of bliss today while you're working on your goal, your big goal. So, you know, again, you're looking around you and it looks nothing like this crazy big goal that you have. So many of us tend to think, oh, life sucks today. If only, you know, when I get that, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to look great. I'm going to buy new clothes. I'm going to do this. But how do you keep yourself in bliss every day? Because we know that the world is energy and everything is based on frequency. So when we keep ourselves in a high vibration, then we can attract that very thing that we want. So it's all about starting backwards. So again, just like Wayne Dyer, get your book first, get the cover first. What is the emotion that you get when you look at that? Imagine it's done. You know, that book is done. There it is. There's the picture. You're excited. How are you feeling? Visualize yourself at your book launch. You know, you're visualizing you have that. Now, those feelings and emotions you want to carry with you every single day throughout your day. That's blissipline. It's the discipline of carrying those emotions that you say you're going to have when you have that, but you're carrying those emotions today, which is, we all know, that's what's going to bring us that flow and bring us everything that we need, the people, you know, the circumstances, everything that we need to get us even closer to that goal. So I love that term. I don't even know where it came from, but I saw it just this year, and I love it.
And I want to point out the distinction, because some people may have the discipline and be taking the actions and like grinding away and like, this is so hard, but I got to do it because I have this great goal.
Good.
And if you're not feeling good about it, then there's going to be resistance. It's going to be like efforting versus inspired action and flow and creation. And I love that.
Exactly. And that's why it's inspired mad love action. Because whatever that goal is, you love that. You obviously, it's something you love, or it wouldn't be a goal. So it's got to be inspired and mad love. Like you just can't wait to have that. So why not live it today?
Yes. Yes. So is there like a technique or something, like writing it every hour or reminders on your phone or anything like that that you recommend for your clients to stay in that state of bliss?
Okay, first of all, thank you for the writing it every hour. I'm going to be doing that. Thank
Yes.
you. See how we all like help each other? I love it. Writing
Yes.
it every hour, like a little reminder. The one
Yes.
thing, the one thing I do is I love my morning routine. I'm sure you're aware of it. It's the Miracle Morning by
Mm-hmm.
Hal Elrod,
Mm-hmm.
and it's six different things that you do in the morning. Savers, he calls it, and one of them is visualization. So that's how I start my morning. Is that visualization? It's 10 minutes for me. It could be whatever time for you. 10 minutes where I'm there. I've got my meditation is separate, just a silent meditation. Visualizing is completely visualizing myself there, the emotions in that state. So that really helps me first thing in the morning to get me grounded, get me charged up, get me excited. I love the every hour reminder. Blissful.
Yes. Yes.
I love
Discipline.
it myself.
Yes. Yes. Yes, and that's something I've put on my phone is like alarms that go off every hour, and I just started doing the intending and energy behind what I'm creating, because like I had reminders and I'd say it. And it didn't come across with energy. I just say it. And of course, like with affirmations, like sometimes I'd put energy into it. Sometimes it's just like, hey, the reminder came up, let's say it. And I started doing 20 seconds of visualizing and just feeling how good it feels to do that and to be that and to be there. And it was like, it's shifting everything. It's so awesome. It's so
Oh my
awesome.
God, I love it. Yeah, every day. It's amazing when you discover that, right? Think of what your
Yes.
world was like before that and now.
Gosh.
It's, and so many people don't know about this. So that's what I love what you're doing. You're creating this
Yes.
amazing platform to help everybody just jump on.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. You're cooking. Turn this thing on. It's amazing. Listen.
Yes. Get it out to the world.
Yeah, love it.
Yes.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God.
So, what is the next thing that we need to know to amp up our productivity?
Yeah, okay. So 3 techniques to use every day to avoid
Ooh,
distraction
yes.
and overwhelm,
Oof.
right? That's
Let's do it.
probably what most people would say are their biggest challenges every single day.
Yes.
Distraction. We're all distracted by Facebook, social media.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know, I just saw that the average person looks at Instagram 18 times a day.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And that doesn't include Facebook or Twitter or anything else.
Oh my gosh.
And every time you distract yourself, you lose the energy of what you were working on. So the 3 techniques are, number 1, something I've been doing for years and years and years, and it is so powerful. And what you do is either the night before or the morning of, you set 3 big priorities for the day. So 3 big priorities for the day, right? And these are not just, I'm going to go mail this letter, or I'm going to make a call to so-and-so. These are like big goal, moving towards your goal priorities. So they're big and they're a little scary, right? You're going to do those 3, and guess what? You're going to do them before noon.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
Before noon. You're not going to do them at the end of the day, which is what most people do, right? Or then they move it over to the next day.
Yep.
You're going to take your 3 big, scary, or I've been procrastinating on these 3 things. You're going to write those 3 down. Hopefully you have a system somewhere to write it down, whether it's on your phone or some sort of a system. You get it done before noon, because what's going to happen when you get it done before noon is it's only halfway through the day. You're going to feel like a powerhouse.
Yes. Yes.
We've all been through that, right? You get it done, and now you're ready to just check everything else off your list, or just go back and even make it bigger.
Yes.
Take another, tackle on another project that you want to work on. So you're just so motivated. So that's really powerful. That's the first. The second thing is putting a timer on your phone. So this one again is something that I actually just started to do the last couple of years, and it really transformed everything for me. And it's taking one of those 3 priorities, or any priority, and just deciding, okay, I'm going to do 40 minutes. I'm going to do 40 minutes of intense, energy on this project. I'm going to turn off my phone, if I'm on my laptop, I'm going to turn off every social media outlet, anything that's open, all my emails, get it right out. And then also the third thing is turn off your phone. So turn it on. So not just time your phone, but turn it off.
Like
So those are
airplane or something.
Important, exactly.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is someone's going to call you, or someone's going to, the text, the sound is going to come through for your text, or for whatever that's coming through. And those distractions disrupt everything. I think it takes like 5 to 6 minutes to get back on track. So it's really important that those three techniques. One is setting three priorities, big priorities to do every morning before noon. Second one is turn off your phone and your email and anything that's going to distract you. And the third is time yourself. Give yourself whatever, 20 minutes. I love to do 40 minutes at a time. Time it so that it actually, the timer goes off at the end of 40 minutes. So you're like, oh, it's a little bit of pressure, which is exciting. You're working. And when it happens, then you take a break. You know, you actually honor that, take a break, get excited. You just spent 40 minutes. You got 40 minutes of intense, direct energy. It's going to transform your world. And even, you know, my challenge to everybody is, when was the last time that you spent 40 minutes without checking a text message, or without getting on social media, or without checking an email, or without moving to some other project? When was the last time you spent 40 dedicated minutes on something big, something that is your goal, that's purpose-driven? And if you haven't, if it's been a long time, then do it today. Today.
Yes.
Like today. There's no
Yes.
time to pick something that you've been procrastinating on, something big and exciting, and do it today. And it's just, it creates crazy fire inside of you.
So before we continue, if you are willing to take on Judy's challenge, this fun, awesome play game challenge, type in, what do we want them to type in today? Let's type in today. You're committed to making it happen today. Type in today in the chat box if you're willing to take that on, and we will know. You'll tell the universe, I am committed. I am committed. So that's awesome, Judy. Rockin'. I love it. Very good. So what else do we need to know about productivity? What else do we need to know to get in the zone, to be able to expand our results, to be able to stay focused? I love this conversation.
Okay. First of all, I'm so excited. I have about 5 others I want to share with you, but I know I promised a third. So we're going to do the third, and then if we have time, we're going to talk about a few more. But the third one I mentioned was one thing that you can do every week, at least one day every week, that's going to keep you motivated and fired up every other day of the week.
Yes.
Now, this is something that I just took on 3 years ago when I joined. I hired a coach. Strategic Coach is the company that I went to join, and it's run by Dan Sullivan. And what they do is they are a huge international company, and they coach entrepreneurs who want to create a bigger impact, entrepreneurs who want to create a self-managing business. Love them. And the first thing you do when you join them is you take on what they call the entrepreneurial time system. And it's all about the way you balance your time, your week. And they have this thing called free days. And what it is where you commit to at least one day a week, at least one. You can do more. God bless you if you do. It's beautiful. But one a week where you're 24 hours unplugged.
Oof. Wow.
You don't even have, like, literally, if you're going to have your phone with you, they actually suggest get yourself a personal phone where just your friends and family have it. Nothing. You are completely unplugged. You're present to your husband, your family, your mom, your friends. If you're going out with your friends, you're like, hey, this is my free day. They all know about your free days. This is my free day. We're not talking any business today. Today we're living. We're just talking about life. We're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about what you want. We're going to talk about what I want. We're going to talk about just us, and we're going to be present. And the idea is you have 6 days before that to plan that free day. You have to pre-plan it. Otherwise, you show up and you're bored to death, because most of us entrepreneurs are like, I don't know what to do, because all I ever do is one email and I work. So you have to plan something fun.
Yes.
So you have 6 days to go, okay, what is going on in my city, in my neighborhood, that I can be a part of? What festival? How can I invite my friends? What am I going to book for that day? And then what happens is when you spend an entire 24 hours and you've done no work, no emails, nothing, it is, to me at least, the equivalent of going away for an entire week on vacation. You know how at the end of your vacation, you're like fired up to get back. You're just like, oh, okay, at the beginning, you're like, how do I, create a life where I can live on the beach, right?
Yes.
And by the end, you're fired up to come back and continue building your business, right?
Yes.
That's the feeling I get at the end of those 24 hours. So it always starts at midnight. So the next morning you wake up and you're back at work. And I'm just like, I had all these ideas. I had all this stuff and I wasn't able to write them down. I wasn't able to do anything. I'm fired up and I'm back. It works. It's a crazy system. And until you try it, it's so hard to describe, but it's phenomenal.
I believe it.
And if you
Wow.
can't, you know what? Some people might be like, "That's crazy. I can't do it. I own my own business. I'm a one-man show. I'm open seven days a week." Then just take a few hours and be unplugged. You know, it's not going to be as effective, but it's still a baby step. I'm all about baby steps.
Yes.
So take the 2 hours and turn your phone off, and don't even take your phone with you. On free days, I don't even take my phone with me. We get in the car, we go, we do something. There's no phone.
Wow.
So there's no, oh my goodness, this, you know, I'm gonna be. I just want to check what's going on social media. It's unbelievable how present you can really be, and how it helps us to really ground ourselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Yeah.
during the rest of the week, since you practiced that presence that one day, the rest of the week you're like, hey, you know, I remember what it was like to be with people like at a really deep level, and
Yeah.
it starts trickling into every other area of your life every other day, it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you don't have at least that one day to ground yourself and remind yourself, then time goes by. Next thing you know, what do you mean present? What do you mean being present? What does that mean, present? At least that one day, that then you're starting to become more aware. And then you bring it into, like you said, your days and your week, the rest of your days in your week. But it really, really does fire you up. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. I'm grateful for Strategic Coach for sharing that. And if anybody wants to learn more about it, strategiccoach.com. They are amazing.
They are.
Amazing.
They are. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. So we covered the three things, and we still got time. So what else do you got? What else you got? Let's go.
Okay, so I do want to talk a little bit about why I created Productivity Goddess.
Yes.
And why I sort of, even though I do have male customers, clients, the reason why I decided to really focus in mostly on females is mainly because of my journey. As you know, of course, the infertility challenge, being a female entrepreneur, extremely driven, very much excited, and you know, the old Judy was all about success and making lots of money, and so much beautiful success that I've had. And the new Judy, it's okay, hang on a second. It wasn't all about that. Let's incorporate that mind, body, spirit, all that beautiful holistic productivity into our life. So I started recently to really think a lot about females and how our energy is a little bit different than the male energy. Well, a lot different, but when it comes to monthly cycles, right? We have a monthly cycle. And so we actually have certain times of the month where we have completely different energies. And people think sometimes we have different personalities, but really it's something naturally that happens to us where we actually, there's a time during the month where our body slows down naturally, and you can't fight it. And if you try and fight it, you're going against the flow of your natural energy flow. So my concept, my idea of creating this goddess time, I call it, which is taking time for yourself. That's self-love, taking time to reflect, to go inward for yourself. Maybe it's going to a coffee shop on your own and reading a book. Don't go to work, just go to read some beautiful book there. Or, you know, taking this goddess time. But also the idea of if you know when that's going to happen in your month, you know, if you know when when your body, if you start to sort of track your cycle, and that's part of what I love to help women, is you start to find these patterns where, you know, there's sort of a week in here where I'm really drained. I'm really tired and drained. Would
you say that most women aren't aware of like when that happens?
Completely unaware.
Really? What?
Unaware. Two reasons. Well, completely unaware of not when it's going to happen to them, like their cycle, but completely unaware of how to honor that energy. Yeah. How to realize that energy, even me, this was something that just last year I realized, oh my God, I actually do get really quiet, and I don't want to really be around too many people for a couple of days there, and I just want to be on my own. I want to cozy up on my couch, and I love to read at that time. You know, all these things I started to realize, wow, that's a pattern. And I love to meditate during certain times, longer than other times. So what's happening is the industry has created this sort of productivity concept of hustle, work hard,
24/7,
go sleep when you die.
Yes.
First of all, whether you're male or female, that's insane. You know, where's the balance in there? You got to love life too. You got to have fun, right?
Yes.
I totally agree with hustling, but I also agree with taking the time to just honor and be yourself and be present and meditate, like do stuff like that. But especially for females. And that's why I decided to create Productivity Goddess, was I bring a lot of that sort of female energy into my conversations, my courses, that sort of thing is really, first of all, stopping and realizing, what happens to you? What are your patterns? What do you love to do before, during, and after? Which is when really our energy is really different. And how can you really honor that? So for example, I always know, the 4 or 5 days where I'm really sort of retreating in and I want to be on my own, I want to be quiet. So I don't book anything, any major presentations, any major events, anything like that during that time, because my body's just naturally slowed down. And I want to be on. I want to be on.
So I got a question for you. If I would have said that this marathon is happening during one of those days, what would you have said? Would you say that's like what do you tell people when that's happening?
Oh, so you would ask me. So for example, when we schedule today,
yes,
you have to put all these dates out. So I know when those 4 days are for me. So I just said, when you threw out the first date, I know it's a couple weeks before. Beautiful. I took that first date you gave me.
Yes.
Had you given me a date where it's in that time frame, I would have said, you know what, doesn't work for me. What else do you have? Do you have any other times? So, I wouldn't really get into it. But I'm honoring. I've been tracking and honoring that, and it's been amazing. And I also find, I guess for a minute, to speak to a lot of the females in the audience, is right before that time of the month for many of us, we can get quite emotional or even hormonal. Right. And sometimes we can make decisions that maybe aren't the right decisions. And I'm a huge advocate of contacting your girlfriend and going out with them, having some girl time, goddess time. So whether it's goddess time on your own, goddess time with a girl, because that feminine energy is so important during that time. So important just to have someone to talk to you. Because especially during that time, we just want to retreat. And we know that feminine energy understands, and we don't even have to tell them what's going on. They just get it. They're just with us. So it's a beautiful thing.
Wow. And have you found that sharing that time with women has gotten you closer to them, or like you? So when you do this, when you honor these cycles, what are the benefits? What happens? What do you generate? What do you create from that?
Yeah, well, definitely you're present. Once again, you're present because, first of all, I'm present to the fact that I'm sort of in this new energy field for a few days, and I can honor that instead of think, oh my God, why am I so tired today? I got to work on this thing. And also being with another girlfriend, it's just being more present and being more. It's not about business during that time, because I already know that it's more about, let's just be together. Let's just talk. Let's just do girl stuff. Let's just go shopping together. Let's just eat some ice cream. Something like that is so perfect. I mean, girls get it. And so it's women coming together and unifying and supporting one another and honoring. That's why I love to use the word honor, HONHER.
Yes.
Honoring, because that's what my work is. What I try and talk about all the time is we need to honor ourselves and the old energy of productivity, of this hustle and craziness all the time. I really believe that is an old energy, and that there's a new energy that has come from this new consciousness, this new awakening. And those who are feeling this sort of purpose-driven life, it's not about really just working. It's, what do I really want to do, and what do I love to do? What are my experiences that I can share with others who are going to go through those experiences? And doing that in an inspired with mad love action, but it's that holistic productivity, right? It's taking care of yourself first. So many people around us are getting sick, and if you look around us, there's really very little encouraging us to stay healthy. For the most part, it's processed food out there. If you eat meat, there's hormones in it. There's all these different crazy things that are happening all around us, which society calls normal, and they're just pushing on us all the time. And so you really have to take care of yourself, and that's part of holistic productivity. It's also your nutrition. It's meditating. It's the mind, the body, and the spirit. So I love love this concept. I want to really, part of my mission and purpose is to collaborate with other people who feel and resonate with this concept, because I really want us together to do this together, because I really feel like there's strength in numbers. At the end of the day, there is no competition. It's just all about sharing a message. The more people we can get this message out, for those who resonate, some won't resonate, and that's okay. But those who do, who resonate right away, it can save them so much time and so much new bliss that they can experience every day, right away, rather than trying to figure it out themselves.
Yes. So you have a group for this, right? You have a community for these productivity goddesses, or is it just a page right now? Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so I do have a Facebook group, Productivity Goddess.
Okay.
I also do private coaching, but I also have online courses. That is my love. I'm so excited. It's so crazy. I've been a big fan of purchasing online courses and getting breakthroughs from these and immersion. And I've already created one. I'm about to complete the second one. And I just love the fact that that can now go global, that anyone all over the world can experience that course at their own, during their own time. And I love also that they can also be translated. I mean, I want to have all my stuff translated. I want to have my playbook translated in multiple languages, because, how beautiful would that be to just reach everybody in the world? So big global vision. But I also know that from my candle business before this, my private label candle business, that was extremely successful because of collaboration, because it was three of us. And we really, we had completely different skills, and we focused on those, and we had our unique abilities, and we ran with it, and we created amazing success. That's why I'm really, really excited about it. And my message to entrepreneurs is always, yes, we all have our own purpose and our own vision, but there are others out there who have a similar purpose and vision to yours. So how can we all come together and figure out how we can all support each other? Because at the end of the day, my vision is to have multiple coaches on my website who are sharing the same concept and idea. Because at the end of the day, not everyone's going to resonate with me. They might resonate with you, or they might resonate with someone else. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's all about helping these people. And the universe, as you know, through the law of cause and effect, will always take care of you. So it's never about competition. It's about collaboration. And that's why every single day, feeding your mind with your stuff, with this beautiful content, is so important, because it gets us to this place of believing that, truly believing that, and getting out of this place of scarcity and into this place of real abundance. Collaborating actually equals abundance, doesn't equal scarcity, which is what, the old days, that was all about.
Yeah. How can we join forces and impact more lives? Yeah. You said strength in numbers. I love that. And where can people expect to see you over the coming months and years, Judy, as we begin to wrap this up? How can people stay connected with you, and where can they expect to see you?
Okay, so where they can expect to see me is, my goal is to serve and help 11 million people.
Yes.
In the next 5 years. Yes. Globally, in multiple languages, because I'm Portuguese. I speak fluent Portuguese, and I just want to get this message out in multiple. So again, that collaboration, right? Where are those Portuguese coaches and all those other coaches who believe in this?
Yes.
All over the world who want to collaborate. Let's talk. And then I have Instagram, which is productivity.goddess. And then I have my website, which is productivitygoddess.com. So would love to hear from everybody. Would love to hear your productivity tips too. I'm like, I get fired up about all this stuff. Right? So
Yes.
Something new that might work for you, that might be a little tweak that just takes you to that next level.
Yeah. So if people have those productivity questions, they can always send you an email or connect with you on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, right?
Wherever.
Cool.
I would love that.
Cool.
I would love that. Please, let's all stay in touch.
Awesome. Well, Judy, this has been an incredible interview. I love your energy and how much fun you have, and just awesome. Is such a pleasure to have you on here, and you are a superstar, and I'm excited to see you accomplish your vision of impacting 11 million people.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you rock.
You rock. We rock. This is just
Thank
the
you
beginning.
once again
This
for
is,
everything you do.
yes.
You
Oh, thank
really,
you.
oh, amazing.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. This is just the beginning, and I'm so excited to build this relationship and impact
Yes.
those 11 million lives with you. So let's get fired up and have a
Yes.
lot of fun.
Yes, let's do it. Mad love fun.
Mad love fun, yes. All right, Judy, you have the best day ever, and we
Thank
we will see
you.
you very, very soon, okay?
Yes, take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.